It came almost out of the blue, but home buyers tonight stand to benefit from the lowest interest rates in Australian history. The Reserve Bank dropped the cash rate to 2.75%, giving the economy some much-needed breathing space against a backdrop of sluggish retail sales and low consumer confidence.
In its 53-year history, the Reserve Bank has reacted to the Cuban Missile Crisis, the Poseidon nickel collapse, the boom of the 80s, the recession of the 90s, the Millennium Tech Wreck and the global financial crisis. But in all that time, the Reserve Bank has never cut interest rates as low as it did today.
I think this will be an interest rate cut which is going to be welcomed by families and by small businesses. And I certainly think it's an interest rate cut that they thoroughly deserve.
Good for families, but a consequence of a rapidly cooling economy.
We've got a government in chaos, but we've got a Reserve Bank that is prepared to step up to the mark and try and provide some economic leadership.
The official rate of 2.75% encouraged a clutch of banks to immediately pass the cut on in full.
It is about offering our existing customers a good deal, but it's also about attracting new customers to the NAB.
It means a person with a $200,000 mortgage will save around $31 a month. A $300,000 mortgage, it's $47 a month. And a $500,000 mortgage will be cut by $77 a month.
We were hoping this will stimulate first-home buyer purchase because that actually generates through the whole market.
The official reason for the rate cut? To create sustainable growth in the economy, consistent with achieving the inflation target. In other words, prices and the economy are growing too slowly.
The rate cut decided today needs to be passed on in full and immediately to Australia's small business community.
So I think the evidence is already quite clear that the economy needs more stimulus.
And it's suggested this is not the end of it.
Lowest interest rates on record and probably more rate cuts to come.
But what happens in the future depends on how families use the extra cash.
No, it's not the time to spend money.
Oddly, that's not what the Reserve Bank wants.
Go for dinner tonight, yeah. No, it's great news, yeah.
That's more like it.
Let's go live to Ross Greenwood. Ross, which of the big banks have passed on the rate cut?
Well, almost immediately was the National Australia Bank that came out first, followed by Westpac and then the Commonwealth Bank. All passed it on in full. The Bank of Queensland, ING and a raft of others, as we said. The interesting part about this latest interest rate cut is it means that a person with a $300,000 mortgage over the past 18 months has seen more than $3,300 a year extra going into their pockets. So it's significant stimulation for the housing sector, and it is now just a matter of how they're going to use that money and just how the Reserve Bank responds in the future. Peter?
Ross, thank you.